Dante's Discussion.
Welcome back to another edition of Dante's Discussion Questions. This time I am using a Dark Souls question from Fextralife. This is a little bit different. I asked this guy a while ago. His name is Petehog. I asked him a while ago because he puts a lot of questions on Fextralife, and I asked him because a lot of them are actually good questions I would have thought of or would have tried to ask, but since he's already put it on the forum, I figured why not get more people involved in this. But anyways, of course, it's about Dark Souls 2. Like I said, Petehog asked the question, if you could name a weapon or a set of weapons that cause you the most problems in PvP, what would it be? Which are the most difficult for you to counter or dodge? And I thought this was an interesting question because I think it definitely varies from people to people. I mean, you see it when you see my videos, what my problems are. And a lot of my problems are seemingly with ultra weapons. I don't know, I just get hit with ultra weapons. A lot of times it's more I trade with weapons because they either hyper poise through it or whatnot. But there are certain weapons, you can read what Petehog said, but I'm going to give you a weapon that is my issue. And the weapon is the Ivory King Ultra Wind Sword, as some people might like to call it. Yeah, that thing has like a 330 degree like running attack or rolling attack thing, and it just like, it's so ridiculous how far away that thing can hit you. I like to play with spacing. I think I'm pretty good at in the game, and that weapon I always get hit. Always just get hit, you know. And it might even be from the tip where I don't get hit as much, but it still staggers me, and that's still a problem. And I've also noticed, I don't know if it's just that weapon or what, but the hyper poise on that thing is absolutely absurd. So sometimes I'll even be able to get hit 3 times in a row because I go to attack. As they attack, I get hit, I get stunned, I get attacked again, and I just like can't move. I'm just stuck, and that's like 1500 damage, you know, at least, of my life just gone because I couldn't poise break them or the trading just didn't work out for me. So, you know, there's certain things where you got to understand the weapon. And this is what I always tell people, is I always try to understand who I'm going against, what I'm going against. I actually think this question might not be necessarily what weapon is the worst to go against, but really what player or type of player. I think there's sort of 2 facets to this question. Because there are weapons that have crazy hitboxes. You know, the bandit axe, you know, has that crazy roll punish that hits you from super far away. There's a lot of katanas, when you do the running attack, it hits you from, you know, a few feet farther than what the blade actually is. And same with lances, that startup animation of the running attack. And, you know, there's certain things, but after a while you start to understand, oh, that's where that goes, that's where that is. I just need to understand the weapon a little bit better, need to maybe practice against it a little bit more. So that I definitely understand, you know. So I do think part of the question eventually for more seasoned players isn't necessarily the weapon, but the player. And for me, the player is a wait and see player. If I find a wait and see player, and especially if I have a larger weapon, even, you know, even if they aren't that great, chances of me losing are still much higher than, you know, any other way. Wait and see, I can't deal with. But this is about the weapons, so I would like to hear your answers about the weapons. Of course, you can put on Fextralife. There have already been a ton of people who put their responses on Fextralife, so that's cool. However, I want yours on YouTube to post this answers video of which weapon causes you the most problems in PvP. I think mine is probably the Ivory King. That thing, I hate it. I hate it. But what is your issue? Is there the Handmaid's Ladle? Is that something that gives you a big problem? I don't know. You know, work hook. Are you getting wrecked by work hooks? I know there's fists. There are fist weapons, claws and whatever, malformed claws, that their hitboxes are pretty crazy. You get close and you can get in a barrage of like 3-4 hits, and especially if they buff it up, that is so much damage. I definitely understand people hating that, and especially the punch roll that you can do with those fist weapons. That is something I'm shocked they haven't fixed yet, because it is a little bit OP if you are really good at using it. Because you can't hit somebody as they're rolling, in higher level especially. At lower level, it might not be as effective, but higher level, that thing is kind of ridiculous. But that's not what I complain about. Usually I can take care of those people with a better weapon. If I have a large weapon, I get destroyed. But Ivory King. Ivory frickin' King. That just like lightsaber, light forge thing out of the end, out of the tip, just wrecks me all the time. And the damage also. And for some reason that thing does bleed. Like it's so much damage and it does bleed. Like you're never gonna make somebody bleed, but that is an interesting thing with that thing. Anyways, thank you, Petehog, for bringing this awesome question out. You know, I think I probably would have eventually got to something like that. I think, maybe even the playstyle question, but just go with the weapon. What weapons give you a problem in PvP? Thank you, Petehog. Like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you think, and I'll put your answers in the answers portion of the video. In 2 weeks or whatever from now. Dark Souls 3 is coming out soon. So I don't know how many I will be doing of these for Dark Souls 2. When Dark Souls 3 comes out, obviously going to be playing that. So let's start gearing up. Let's start getting excited for that. I'm excited already, and it's not even here. So again, like, comment, subscribe, tell me what you think, and I will be back.